It took that long?
Well, this is the first one that I'm aware of. I'm not saying he's absolutely the first. He might be. But yeah, so this guy named Dan Livers, he crossed the Detroit River in a kayak,
Okay.
pulled his kayak up onto the shore, went to Tim Hortons for
Of
a cup of
course.
coffee, then waited around until he saw a cop, which happened to be at 1 in the morning. So he turned himself in and applied for asylum.
Do we know if he's going to be granted it?
We do not know. He has been granted temporary status while his case is under consideration, but
Okay.
the waiting list for a hearing is something like 2 years.
So is
So,
he granted temporary asylum for 2 years while they figure it out?
uh-huh.
Okay.
Because we don't do that thing in Canada where we'll say, yes, you can have temporary status here, and then arrest them and throw them into a concentration camp for having temporary status.
Hey now, we don't officially do that. They came here illegally. They should have gone through the proper channels. That's what I was told by Daddy Donald Trump.
Yeah, Fenix says highly unlikely because of a treaty between the US and Canada. Yeah, no, I would not be surprised at all if it got thrown out of court. However, I feel like the visibility that this is providing that, like it might spur other people to seek asylum. And I feel like the more people that are seeking asylum, the more that treaty will have to be reevaluated. Because that's the thing. Like, I don't like, I understand why it happens, but I don't like that world leaders essentially have to pretend like Trump, like they have to pretend like the sane washed version of Trump is the real one. And like they have to go to the White House and smile and laugh at his jokes. And it's just, it's sickening.
I mean, it makes sense that they have to pretend that, though, because he's a fucking megalomaniacal, well, maniac. If you don't play nice with him and laugh at his jokes and do all of that stuff, then guess what's gonna happen? You're just
Yeah.
gonna get fucked.
Yeah. Also, I think this treaty will be reevaluated for a variety of other reasons soon, especially after what happens in Chicago. So that's the thing is, and we have talked about this before with relation to fascism and how fascist states work by setting up a kind of dual system where the majority of the people, the legal system works fine for them, everything is normal.
Mm-hmm.
But then the people that are the targets, the enemies of the fascists, whatever outgroup is being demonized, for those ones, there's a different legal system that works differently and is much harder to navigate and is much more clearly a violation.
Don't you want to become a warrior? Don't you want to stop being a dirty, filthy, blooded Eldian and be an honorary Marleyan where your family will reap the benefits from it and get out of the slums? Don't you want that? Glory for Marley.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's also a part of that is so like at every step of the way, there are people saying like people are incredulous that like you call the concentration camps in the States concentration camps. They'll be like, oh no, it's not actually a concentration camp. It's just it's
just a camp where people are concentrated.
it's just a
That's
camp
all.
where they're concentrating a population of immigrants. Yeah, no, it's just like so like every time you use language that indicates that like, hey, this is fascism, you end up being told like, oh, hey, no, it's not really that. You're overreacting. It's fine. Like, yeah, it's bad, but it's not that bad. That couldn't happen here. And that attitude is being
Makes it happen here.
like it's kind of happening around the world with the world leaders is they are doing the same thing where it's like yeah, no, it's bad, but like we can't come out and say that he's a fascist because he's the president of the United States and they're a fucking powerful country. He's gonna swing his dick around if he sees that we're being nasty to him or whatever.
So it's the thing where Jesus Christ is doing the Sermon on the Mount in South Park, and he's literally mumbling under his teeth, Christ, I need you to act cool. You don't understand. Look at what he's already fucking done to Paramount. Do you want to be like Stephen Colbert? Shut the fuck up.
I still haven't seen any of those.
You need to.
And you need to watch Wild Robot and Sinners.
Wild Robot, sure, I'm interested in. Sinners, less so, might.
Okay.
Do you actually honor media trades, or do we just tell each other the things we should watch and play, and then we just don't do it?
That second one, yeah, that.
Then why the fuck would I listen?
I don't know.
Like we can. And this happened with a friend of mine. Where like we did a media trade where he said, "Hey, I want you to play Hyperdimension Neptunia," and I said, "Okay, I want you to play Resident Evil 4." Okay, cool. one of these games is shorter than the other. One of them's a big RPG, and the other one's a 6 to 10 hour adventure. So we did that, and I think he got maybe an hour into the game, and I ended up beating not one, but I got all the way through Hyperdimension Neptunia 1 and then had gotten into the other games too. And at that point, I'm just like, man, this media trade's really not going well in my favor, but I found a fun RPG about the console war.
Mark Fernkoff says Sinners and Wild Robot are the best 2 movies in many years. Yep, absolutely, 100%. At least a decade. I put Wild Robot above Sinners, and I'm not going to try and justify that. I just do. But yeah, no. Every time I go to open Hollow Knight on the Steam thing, I have the thing on the right-hand side that says, you have one friend who has previously played this game, and it's you.
Yeah.
So every time I open it up, I'm like, yeah, he played it for like an hour.
Yeah, I did. And it mirrors the same thing that happened the last time I played Hollow Knight.
Yeah,
I played it for like an hour.
I'm debating whether or not to stream Silksong on Twitch when it comes out.
Sakura says, I mean, you found a fun RPG. I would count that as a successful trade. So here's the thing, though. Like, the point of doing a media trade, for any of you who've ever done it before, because media trades are fun. Media trades are fun. It's for both of you to discover something, and that only happens if both of you engage with the media. So, like, I'd say my most successful media trade was Dresden Files. I discovered the Dresden Files as part of a media trade. There was somebody who was new who sat down at my card shop, and he was listening to an audiobook, and I was like, hey, you want to do a media trade? He's like, oh, fuck yeah, if you've got a book for me, I've definitely got a book series for you.
Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir.
What's up?
Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir.
Haven't read it.
One of the best books I've ever read.
I have not read it yet.
But
like, I love doing media trades. My problem is that it feels like half the time when you do a media trade, the other party does not honor a media trade. And the best part about a media trade, for me, is that after you two...
Talking about it afterwards, yeah.
After you two have talked about it, you then get to do another one. You then get to go, okay, cool, what did you like about the thing that I suggested to you? Let's figure out, based on those things, if there's something else in my personal library that you'll like, and if I liked the thing that you suggested to me, or didn't like it, let's figure out why, so that you can suggest something else from your library for me. We both expand our horizons, and we get to have a fucking fun conversation. It's great!
Suris?
Hi.
Tell me to play a game that can be beaten in about 25 hours.
Uh-huh.
And I will do that if you do Hollow Knight all the way through.
If I do Hollow Knight all the way through.
Yes.
Give me a minute.
It has to be one that can be beaten in about 25 hours. I ain't signing up for no Souls game or whatever.
So does it matter that the last few Final Fantasies I've played I beat in like 12, 13 game hours?
Not how long you take to beat it. Having
I can 100%
extensive experience in the genre.
Banjo-Kazooie.
When I Google it to say how long does it take to beat X, they would be like, "Oh, the average player takes about," because that's the average player time for Hollow Knight is about 25 hours.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and suggest one for you because you got a Switch. This is one you could do without even
no, not on the Switch. It has to be on Steam.
Has to be on
Steam. The kids
Steam?
play with the Switch. That became the kids thing. I don't play on it anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, that is unfortunate. Then I'll figure something out. And I am willing to go through Hollow Knight as part of a trade, if that is what you want to do. I'm okay with that.
We should maybe both stream it. Yeah.
Like, stream it together?
Although, Silksong is coming out next week. That takes precedence. I'm not...
Well, understandable.
I've been waiting for years for this thing.
Well, and right now, Donkey Kong 64 takes precedence for me. Not because I'm enjoying it, but because I want it to finally be over. God, I'm so close.
You know what? we could simul stream that. So like I can play mine while you're playing yours, and we can be on a chat with each other.
Yeah, I'm willing to do that. That sounds like a fun collab stream. It sounds like something that we both do. All Facts says play Final Fantasy VIII. I already beat Final Fantasy VIII. It was the first one I beat in my spree of Final Fantasy games recently.
Rhino, you should play Tunic. Never heard of Tunic.
Trace James says you're still on DK64. Yeah. No.
Yeah, it's DK64.
Donkey Kong 64 is like a fucking vacuum that looks at your time and says, I don't respect that. Go backtrack again, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you can get through DK, you can get through Hollow Knight, no problem.
Sean Helfand says Sonic Unleashed is currently on Steam. No, it's not. I promise you it's not. If it was, I would have heard about it.
Tunic is like Zelda, but you're a fox. Do you get turned into a tunic? That's where the Goron's red tunic comes from in Ocarina of Time. It's a fox, really.
Alt says, did you get the token from the DK arcade game? Yes, I did. I have my rare token and my Nintendo token. I have my battle crowns. I have my 100 bananas. I have almost everything I need for the game to be considered done. I just need to beat all the bosses so that I can be actually done. Hey, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I really could not do any of this without all of you. Those of you watching, and especially those of you who support me on Patreon. I wanted to go ahead and take a minute to thank all of you who do that, because with YouTube being what it is these days, I really cannot do this full time without the support from each and every one of you. Those people would be Red Joker, Purple Poundini, Jemshin, Britzkrieg, Jupe the Malignant, Michael, Ravalern, Mabbity Babbity, Astral Frontier, Tales of Atonement, Nixie Chan, Kiri Artemis, Limor Pinku, Love Bunny Games, Victorian Alchemist, I'm not saying the last part of that, and you know that, Aurora, Leela Ururaka, Arcton Arclacier, Kiratorian, Dren Hadamata, Jordan M, John L, Lord Bleck, Smiling Game Master, and Fireshard. Thank you so very much. But since you're here, why not go ahead and try watching another one? There should be one that's on the screen right now. And if you are a patron of mine, I wanted to go ahead and thank you again for all of your support. There is still a video you could press though, if you'd like. I would appreciate it. Just a little bit.